my channel. So today I decided, it's been a minute since I posted a video, guys, literally little life update. Getting your dog spayed is a lot more work than people made it out to be. I got Izzy spayed last week and it was just so, it was just sad. It was a very sad time for me to spay my dog. So it's been a little bit of a week. I'm finally getting back into routine. The first few days I feel like I barely slept because she was like in pain and I felt terrible and I was just a mess last week. I wasn't in my routine. I wasn't on my schedule. I'm a Virgo. Schedules and routine are a part of my livelihood, so I was very thrown off. Like, I'm missing a nail. Things are just a little shifted, but I'm recentering myself and I'm gonna bring you guys a really quick natural makeup look today just so that you guys can kind of come along with me and how I would pretty much walk out the door really quickly. So let's get into this. Okay, so when we're talking about natural makeup looks, natural to you might be a little less than what is natural to me, but for me, I just like good coverage, a little mascara, a little brow, little blush, and I'm out the door. So I'm gonna walk you through kind of my routine and what I would do if my man's like, hey, we're gonna go run errands really quickly, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go brush my teeth and come out looking the way I'm about to look. I'm going to start with my Monet Sun Veil. This is a SPF. It is SPF 30. If you guys don't use the SPF, what are you doing, girl? What I like about this sunscreen is that it doesn't leave like a white cast. So it immediately like goes onto the skin and just like spreads right out and it like pretty much goes clear. If you've ever used an SPF, if you're familiar with them, they tend to leave a white cast. That's something that I could totally appreciate about this line, is that there is no white cast. It is just my natural skin tone. I'm not fighting against anything white, and I love that. So always wear SPF if you want to be looking really young for a good long while. The next thing that we're gonna do is, here's like my little secret. I like coverage when it comes to going out and, you know, running errands. Like, even though I'm just running errands, or even though I'm just going to a quick breakfast, or even though I might not be doing anything extravagant, I still like coverage. Coverage for me is important. I just have never loved the texture of my skin. I do have blemishes here. Like, there's just like little parts of my skin that are uneven in skin tone. So I like to cover it up, and that's just my preference. Some people will be like, that's not natural, but it's natural to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of literally just like spot this all over my cheeks, because I don't really need a lot, so to speak. I just need enough to give me a little bit of coverage and to kind of get through the day. So, all right, so this is what I'm looking like. I look like a little cheetah. It's cool, whatever. I'm just going in with the buffer brush that I used in my first Get Ready With Me video, and I'm just gonna like kind of push it into my skin and just spread it out. Honestly, I'm not looking to look like a supermodel. I'm just trying to look filtered. So that is my goal. I just like my skin tone to be even and my under eyes to be bright, and that's pretty much how I want to look. And I don't really put anything on my eyes, hence why I am not doing eyes first. And if I do put on eyes, it'll be something so light that it won't require any type of cleanup underneath my eyes. And for me, like, this is good enough coverage. Like, what more coverage do you need, you know? I could go out and buy like a BB cream, which I'm not opposed to. I just don't think I've ever like researched or figured out one that I absolutely love. And I saw this little tip from one of my favorite YouTubers, Suzanne Hendricks, and I was like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. And I know that Shade Tape has like a concealer foundation thing going on right now, which I'll have to look into, but for now, this will do. Okay, so now that this is blended, I'm gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. concealer. It's this 16-hour cameo. It looks like this right here. And I'm just gonna put it underneath my eyes, like I said, just enough to pretty much give me some type of coverage under the eye, and I'm gonna blend everything in with a powder afterwards. I'm just like here to cover up those dark circles and brighten me up just a smidge. And remember, guys, always do this in a V shape, because it'll just brighten up the face a lot more, and that's what you want when you're doing concealer. You do want to brighten up the face. Oh my gosh, I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, really. It's like probably one of my favorite sayings about myself because your girl is type pale in the winter. Okay, so we're blended and pale, but we're gonna go ahead and warm it up a little bit because I'm gonna throw on some powder. I'm using Studio Fix MAC NC30. If you're a makeup person, you know this gives a little bit more coverage. I'm just a coverage person. There is no way that I'm gonna steer away from that. My natural look is coverage, so I'm just gonna kind of brush it over my skin. I'm gonna get underneath my eyes to give me a little bit more coverage in those dark circles, so you guys would never know that I stay up all night with my dog. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put this underneath everywhere. Tap it into my skin, in the eyelids, like literally everywhere. Because mind you, I just really want a full coverage skin type of look with some brows, mascara, blush, you know? That's like my quick. And I can do this so quickly. Obviously, I'm taking the time to explain it to you guys, so it might take me a minute to show you guys. But my man's like, hey, let's go run errands. And I'm like back like this, like in a flash. So I do this relatively quickly. When you get the hang of doing your own makeup and you know your skin and you know how it works, it's like a boom bang thing. Like that's it. So it's very quick. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go in with my NYX eyebrow pencil. And this is what that looks like. I bought it at Ulta. This is the color Ash Brown. It comes with a spoolie on the back, which if you watched my last video, you know is very important to me because I feel like just easier to fill in your brows when you have a spoolie on it, on the end of anything, honestly. So I'm just gonna go and build the shape of my brow. I know that I don't have the greatest shape, so I have to pretty much create my shape. I take my time doing this, but if I'm in a rush, I mean, I can't really tell you what my brows look like sometimes when I'm in a rush. I'm like freaking out because sometimes they look so good and sometimes they look so bad. Sometimes if I feel like my brows do not come out the way that I want them to, I will just put on a hat. Like, because I'm like, you know what, I don't have time for this, okay? I gotta go. My man's heating up the car, and that's like his way of telling me, like, girl, it's time, you know? So I did finish my brows. I did clean them up a little bit with concealer. If you guys want to know how to do that, it is in my Get Ready With Me video. Now I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. It is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I don't want to be too dark because I know that I don't even have a tan right now. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of buff it into my skin, into my cheeks, just in like little areas so that I can give myself just the right enough color to where I'm not as pale as a ghost. So I'm just gonna put this on my forehead kind of quick because remember, I'm in a rush. Like when I'm on the go and like running, I don't even contour my nose. Like we don't have time for that. We're literally going to the grocery store to put a mask on, you know? We don't have time for that. Now I'm gonna go in with my Voluminous Lashes by L'Oreal. This is my favorite mascara. I've said it 100 times. So I'm just gonna go and throw on that mascara relatively quickly without poking my eye out. I have pretty lengthy lashes and I can make them relatively long, but I guess it just depends on the day and the time, if I have the time. I guess these days we have to make our eyes like really good because that's the only thing people can see. So pro tip, so when you're doing your mascara, don't ever push your mascara or like pump it like this. That's actually pushing air into your mascara and it's drying it out faster than it needs to. So when you want to do your mascara, always make sure that you're swiveling it to pick up the most product. So I'm just gonna continue to go into my lashes and do like a little bit of the bottom. I have really big eyes, if you guys didn't notice. So I always like do a little bit of mascara on the bottom, but nothing like too dramatic. This is pretty much almost done with my look, honestly, because right after this, I'll only put like a little bit of blush. This one is Prism from MAC. It looks like this. It's just like a really nice like mauve blush. So I'm just gonna go in and hit my cheeks. I'm a blush person. Some people are not, and that's okay, but mind you, this is just like a quick little thing. Then I'm gonna go in with my nude beige lip liner from NYX, and I'm just gonna line my lips up. I'm gonna fill it in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with a clear lip gloss, and I'm just gonna go over my lips with this And you know, these days, even though I have to wear a mask, I still love lip gloss. So, and if you wanted to like amp up the look, you could always go in with your bronzer and like a little blending brush like this. This one is the Morphe M505, and just literally put it right in your crease. This is just my bronzer. This isn't even an eyeshadow or anything like that, but just to like warm my eyelids up, because I do have huge lids. You know, just when you open them, they don't look so pale. So this is it for my natural makeup look. This is pretty simple. I feel like this is doable for anybody. Mind you, I know that this might be more than maybe you're used to, or like your idea of what natural is, but this is my idea of natural because this is what I'm comfortable with. Like, this would be perfect for me to run errands or go to breakfast, or, you know, like meet up with a friend and grab coffee. Like, this is a natural makeup look on my end, and I feel the best in it. I hope this helped you. I hope that you could maybe take some of my tips and tricks and just see how simple it is to create a look that's natural and on the go. I hope that you guys are liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for all the love that I've been getting. I've been super overwhelmed because I know that, you know, starting off YouTube is a journey and it's gonna take time to get that family up there, but I feel like I've been doing relatively well for, you know, the beginning of this little YouTube gig, and I'm super, super grateful for everybody that's been tuning in and messaging me sweet things and saying that I'm made for this and I'm born for this. I don't know about all that, but I'm really appreciative, and I hope that I continue to bring you guys great content and that we can grow in this together. And with that being said, I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.